Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart. And in this Asia update, I'm going to focus on the India Nifty 50 and the Shanghai Composite. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to start off here with the India Nifty 50 index, and we're looking at a weekly chart. And the focus of this, we've got a lot more trading, but the previous waves count material before 2008 really doesn't matter to me right now. I'm trying to assess the trend that we're in. So I'm looking at counting ground zero back here at the low in October 2008. And since that time, I believe, and again, this is a weekly chart, I believe we have an intermediate wave 1, a complex, very complex sideways push intermediate wave 2 in here, and then a very strong going vertical intermediate wave 3, and then we have a sharp pullback intermediate wave 4. We draw the trend lines between the low of 2 and 4, create the parallel line up here from 3. It almost perfectly aligns with 1, doesn't quite get it. But the whole point here is to project from 3 out as to where 5 might conclude. And so right now we appear to be in a very strong vertical mode here on the India Nifty 50. Now we'll look at on a daily chart. You can see here's the move, here's the low that I was talking about, and this green trend line is kind of the across the top of the corrective action that's been going on since the intermediate wave 3 peaked in here. So this is what's going on. I do have some things on here that I normally have on a daily chart. I've got the 55-day moving average, the 21, the 10 exponentials, kind of the trigger line. I've got the dotted lines in here are the Keltner channels around the price action. 2 average true ranges, plus and minus above the, I think it's the 21 exponential moving average on the Keltner channels. And what I'm seeing, and I'm looking at the wave count in here, this isn't totally clear to me, but my best read of this is that it's a 1 2 1 2, and it may be like 1 2, and we're going vertical like we're in this third wave. Now this could also be it could be a series of 3 3 and 3. I mean, because we could draw lines like this. Let me show you. I mean, we could, let me make sure of something. Okay, you've got that. So we can't, we've got it on semi-log, which is what I normally do. But sometimes I take it to arithmetic on longer term charts just to see if the channels will fit better, because sometimes you have to fit the channels on one scale or the other. So this is a possibility that we're doing some kind of broadening diagonal here. My preferred is to go with doing like a 1 2 1 2. So as this starts to clear a little bit better, I'll come back and add a little wave count in here. But the bottom line is I do think we're in a 5th intermediate wave that should continue to push higher. So India is definitely in a nice upward trending channel, which is just the opposite of what's going on with China. So China is in a downtrending pattern here. And we had this peak back in June 2015, very sharp correction here. And I believe I'm counting this as a nice zigzag W and then a counter trend move X, and then doing another potential zigzag pattern in here. But this will make itself a little bit more evident in the coming weeks. So that's the pattern we've got on the Shanghai Composite. When we look at the daily chart, I got a question mark here because I'm really looking for, if this is B, the top of B, then this should be a C wave, and this should be 5 waves down. But the interesting thing that's happened, let me zoom in a little bit, is that we're this pullback that happened here this week, so far this week anyway, and it's overlapping this wave here. So that's what is putting the question, we could have some kind of triangular formation going on. This will, I'm sure, make itself a little bit more clear as we over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, this is the current pattern. There is no doubt that we are in a downtrend. The downtrend continues, lower lows and lower highs, and that's the pattern on the Shanghai Composite. and the same patterns occurring here. We just haven't continued to break down below this point as of yet. All right, that's it for this week, the Asia update, and we'll be back again on the weekend with a brief weekend market wrap video.